We're at 922 Mayflower Court in Independence, Kentucky. Doing a sanitary lateral inspection for to try to find a break in the pipe. Apparently SD1, the sewer district in Kentucky, had done a dye test and found that this line was leaking out into the side of the hill. This goes out the rear and down into a main that is in the backyard. So we're just looking for any structural issues, broken pipes, stuff like that that may have caused this to leak, to make sure that it is in the lateral and not in the main. Having a little bit of trouble getting around this turn. The cast iron is just catching the camera, so I'm gonna run some water, see if we can get it to push on down the line. We're going through the clean out also inside the basement, just inside the laundry room and the floor, closer to the left side of the house if you were facing the house. Alright, we did get it to move. Looks like we're getting ready to exit the house. You already see a little tiny bit of finger roots here as we transition to clay. Got a little root running right down in between the first two sections of pipe here, about 3 feet. It'll be right outside the foundation. And some more roots. Now I don't believe there's been any backups in the house. It's just that they, I guess, noticed it coming out of the ground in the back, so they had SD1 come out and look at it. So I'm thinking this is just going to be a lot of roots. Looks like the flow line's making it around it. There's roots almost at every section here. Looks like I pushed through something there. There's another big root ball that's working its way downstream in the pipe. Hoping we can make it all the way to the main. Clean the lens off. Get a little bit of a better look on the way back. Oh, here we are. Went underwater like the pipe has sunk there, but still don't have any resistance. Okay, did find a spot here now where we can't go any further. Almost looks like we're exactly 100 feet out. So I'm going to go out and get a locate, see where I'm at. We are going to pause the video so we don't have a bunch of dead airspace. Okay, so this is marked, it's only 1'2" to the top of the pipe, so the invert is about 1/8. This is where I can, I can no longer proceed past this point. So this is, I believe, where the blockage has started, and the water is backed up. And as you saw earlier, where we went underwater, it's probably been 20 feet. And so what I'm also going to do is I'm going to locate up at the top of the water level, because I believe that's somewhere near where the broken pipe is, where it's leaching out into the ground. So we'll mark between those two spots and recommend that that area be replaced if it is escaping. I believe all this is caused by roots. Based off of the rest of the line, could just be a bunch of root intrusion that has backed it up, and then a weak spot in the line is causing it to leach out into the ground. And since it's so shallow, like I said, it's only a little over a foot deep, it's just leaching out above ground and running down the hill. So again, I'm going to pull back until I come out of the water, and then we'll get a locate there, and that would be the section that that would be the problem section. Okay, we're going to stop here, get another locate, and that'll be the high side. It doesn't look like there's any problem right here, but there must at least be an opening in the pipe somewhere near here to allow the water to get out and run down the hill. Okay, this is about 1.5 feet deep right here. That's to the top of the pipe. The invert's closer to 2 feet, but it's not leaching out at this point. It is below this point, but obviously I think it's about 5 to 10 feet, about 5 feet below this on the hill is where it's coming out. So that's probably where the section is just weak. I mean, it could just be a an old joint where it's leaching out, but you may be able to unclog the blockage and see it better. But you could be sure and just replace the line from this point down to the other spot, which is probably pretty close to the tap on the main back here. So I'm going to continue to pull back, and as we saw before, there's some roots, so it will need to be cleaned out a little bit also. As you can see, all the stuff sitting in here that it's probably backed up further than that point, and it's just been leaching out into the ground, because you can see the stuff just all over the inside of the pipe. I guess lucky for them it hasn't backed up into the house because it's such a downhill slope, and because of that weak spot in the pipe that's allowing it to leach out into the ground. But as you can see, there's definitely a lot of root buildup. Almost every section. There's at least a little bit of roots getting in at every section, and some of them are pretty large root balls where they've gone down the main a little way. But this is normal for a clay pipe this old. I mean, if you got trees over top of it and it's this shallow, definitely. There's only 3-foot sections. So there's a connection every 3 feet, and over 60 years they get pretty. They can move a little bit, and the packing can get loose. So it isn't abnormal to find. But we've pulled all the way back, as you can see. So that will end the inspection. We're going to notify the homeowner of what we found, and also the plumber. But that is the end of the inspection at 922 Mayflower Court.